coming to the Incredible Edible. This is our third annual event. While the judging is going on, we're going to have a demonstration from Adam Hinkle, and he's with Rustic Roots Revival. He's going to tell us a little bit about his business and how to make sushi.
All right, thank you. So as she said, I am owner and chef of Rustic Roots Revival. We do local catering, also personal chef stuff inside of people's homes. And I'm the executive chef at Bullitt Memorial High School right now. So I've been kind of busy the last couple months. So our business, Liz and I, have a lot of values and morals with local community and supporting local folks. And so I've been out on the West Coast a lot of my life, and they're out there. They support local, pretty much everything. And so as we started to get more and more into the food industry, I guess you could call it, we just seen a lacking of local support for our farmers with the restaurants in the area. And so last summer, her and I just embarked on the beginning of this journey. We met 200 farmers. We picked organic blueberries up by La Crosse and purple and black raspberries up north, and just got a sense of the people that were working very hard to make sure that we could eat well, you know. Trying to educate children to know that eggs don't come from Woodman's, they come from a chicken, you know, and stuff that seems so simple. Working in the high school, you know, you'd be surprised the kind of questions that the kids actually ask me. And so that was last summer, and just recently, about 4 months ago, we went completely plant-based. No meats, no dairy products. I lost 35 pounds just by cutting that out of my diet. My wife lost a substantial amount of weight as well, and not only that, but just our overall health. You know, we don't go to a pharmacy when we get sick. We go to our farmers because you know, organic, fresh food can cure anything that ails you. You know, so we that's our mission. It's triple bottom line. If you can be passionate and have fun and make money all doing the same thing, then you're in the right business. So when Renee, Liz's mom, asked me to do this, she just said, you know, to show people something that was easy that they could do at home. And our kids love to cook. They love to get in the kitchen with us and you know, make cookies and all sorts of cool stuff. So I'm going to show you guys how to roll sushi. So sushi roller, there's two different kinds. There's this one and there's the square one, depending on, you know, the mood that you're in. I feel kind of like a circle today, so we will start with that. The rice, you can get sushi rice or you can get brown rice. I had arborio rice at home, so that's what I chose to use. Sushi doesn't mean fish. For everybody who's like, oh, sushi, fish. It actually means small Japanese rice dish with vinegar. So I use brown rice vinegar because it has just that Asian flair to it, and then a little bit of sesame oil. And then every dish you make, if you wanted to, at least what I've learned, is to have some acid, some sweetness, to make it balanced and complex. And so this is raw cane sugar. And so you cook the rice, and then you just add a little bit of vinegar, about 2 tablespoons, about 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then mix that together. Cool thing about sushi is that you can, you know, put in there anything you want, whatever you're feeling for the day. Today we'll do carrot, avocado, and cucumber. You can also make, you know, whatever kind of sauces that you want. The cool thing about, people don't understand about being a vegan is that the choices are endless. You know, that's why my client, he's an Italian from Chicago, you know, just totally grew up on sausage and Chicago deli meats and all that kind of stuff. And so he's been doing the plant-based thing for 2 weeks, and he was so surprised on the kind of stuff that you can actually make that doesn't include meat and dairy and stuff like that. And his overall health has already improved exponentially. So this is nori. It's seaweed wrap. That's the basis for the sushi. So you want to get it you want to get the ends wet so that way when it rolls up, it actually sticks together. I've never used this kind of nori before, so I'm hoping that it actually holds. So to cut the vegetables, I cut the avocado and the carrots before. I just wanted to kind of give a little sample of how to cut the vegetables correctly. The one thing that makes sushi a lot easier to make is if you have a nice knife, a nice sharp knife. And then you just want to cut it into small little squares. I'm actually going to, if I have time, hopefully I'm going to make a turmeric ginger dipping sauce for the sushi. Turmeric is another root that they've been using in China for thousands and thousands of years to heal your body. It does wonders. If you guys want to know what it does, just Google it. You can always get it in the spice aisle, but you can get the fresh. It's got a really nice orange tint to it. All right. So then you take your rice. You want to try to get it as even as possible, so that way when you roll it, it doesn't get a lot of whack. So as I was taking my journeys last summer, my eyes were really open to what Wisconsin has to offer for as far as fruits and vegetables. There's so many things that that people grow around here that you just have no idea about unless you venture out of the box. My wife and I are also we helped start Beloit Total Harvest in Beloit. It's not a nonprofit yet, but we take fresh fruits and vegetables that the farmers give us after the farmers markets, and then we actually got Woodman's and Logley's involved too. They donated some stuff, and then we take that down to the Merrill District in Beloit, and it's a name your own price market. We don't want to. We're not giving a handout. We're just trying to educate people on what good food can taste like, and so the name your own price part of it is if you have $1 that you can give us for 6 ears of corn, then you can have the corn. If you don't have $1, then you can just take it. And then we take all that money and we put it back into the lunch program for the Merrill Community Center lunch program for the kids. And that'll be hopefully every Sunday this summer down in the Merrill District in Beloit. I'm trying to start something up here like that. I'm part of the Rock County Coalition for Transform Rock County, trying to do the farm to school thing. We actually have John Merrill from Community Actions was kind enough to donate the high school a fresh herb garden. So now with the kids, I take them out and they can pick fresh herbs. And we're starting to grow some. Does anybody have any questions while I am doing this? Can you make what? Yeah, you just wouldn't cut it like after you roll it up. If you wanted to eat the whole thing, like getting spring paper, like a spring roll, it's just a lot less dense. I can only have a few pieces of sushi until I'm sushied out.
Have you had any, I guess how wide has your range been using some of Wisconsin's produce? Because I know you said we do have a range, but we're obviously limited. We don't have the avocados. We have tons of roots and, parsnips. Have you been kind of adventurous into that range as far as what we have is, that what we can grow here when it comes to sushi making?
Yeah, you're right. The root vegetables that we have, the selection is wonderful, and yeah, most of the time, like for our events and stuff like that, as soon as summer rolls around, I mean, that's all we use. It's just right now coming to summer, so it's just... No, I have a couple main farmers. Amatama Gardens is right outside of Whitewater. Right Way Farms is actually where Liz and I get our CSA from. And then the Blue House, it's called, is the blueberry farmer, and he's up by La Crosse. It's $1.80 for pick your own organic blueberries. He has 7 different kinds. Just beautiful, huge acre. Actually, Liz and I are going to be doing we're going to be throwing him like a beginning of the season party. I'm going to play music, and we're going to try to get a couple bus loads to go up there and pick them, because at the end of the year, he always has just tons and tons of blueberries, because he doesn't advertise it. It's like, if you find him, then you found the secret to the blueberries of Wisconsin.
You said 180, is that like for a pint or a quart?
It's for a pound. Like Liz and I still have we picked 60 pounds last year, so that way all winter long we can have them. And we're just running out of our purple raspberries and our black raspberries and the blueberries. Yep. Well, this is like, I'm not sure if we're going to do that. That's just like her and I and like our friends, but it's just called the Blue House, and it's in Holman, Wisconsin. So, all right, so now, Holman, yeah. So now to roll, you just try to make sure there's not a lot of sushi at the end of it, because you don't want it to not roll up. And the quality of the nori does matter. So like I said, I've never used this stuff before, so I hope that it doesn't fail me. So you do is you get it down here. I'm obviously not a master Japanese sushi roller, so I just get it into like its form, and then I bring it back a little bit, and now that it's in its form, you can just finish rolling it like that. And then you want to try to seal the ends, and then just let it rest for a second. And then while it's resting, the knife, a really nice knife comes in handy here too, because the nori is kind of like, your knife usually tugs at it if it's not a really sharp knife. So, and then for the, like if you just want a dipping sauce, I use, I don't use soy sauce. I use tamarind. It's 100% soybeans. It's not as salty as traditional soy sauce. So you just a little bit of that. My tahini is right here. Tahini is like sesame seed peanut butter, pretty much. I use this in a lot of vegan desserts. Sesame seed oil, if you put it in your mouth and swish it around for like 10 to 15 minutes, it actually does a cleanse of all the bacteria in your mouth. And when you spit it out, it'll be really, really white from all of the stuff that it just got out of your mouth. The Eastern cultures have been schooling Americans on natural health remedies for thousands of years. And then you always want a little bit of acidic properties.
Was that rice vinegar you just?
Yeah, brown rice vinegar. A little sesame oil. So yeah, I mean, you can get playful with that too. Last year when we were still eating dairy and stuff, I did like a red pepper, cream cheese mixture for the sushi. And then the tamarind and the ginger, you just chop that up. If you have a blender or food processor or something. I always do my sauces with fresh herbs and then strain it so the chunks are in there. I'm a texture eater, so if I have like chunks in my mouth, I don't like it. All right, now to see if I can endorse this nori. I like making sushi during the week because it's a super quick lunch. You just put it in a bento box or just a Tupperware, take it to work. That's the only bad thing about being a vegan is that I have to bring food with me everywhere I go. Except for we went to a bed and breakfast last weekend and we were up by Madison, so we actually got to go out to dinner for the first time in like 6 months. So it's pretty nice to have somebody cook for me. All right. And you just lay it out like that. Little sesame seeds, and then bam, that's it. So yeah, that's one thing, like my client, him and his wife are both salespeople and stuff like that, and so the excuse is, I don't have time to cook and all that stuff. Back in the 30s, Americans spent like 35% of their income on food, and today in America, they spend about 13, and people think that that's a good thing. It's not. Our bodies were made to eat stuff that was grown naturally and not produced in a factory somewhere. So the more you can integrate that kind of stuff into your diet and into your kids especially. Kids need omega fatty acids, a lot of them. Avocado is loaded with those. Pumpkin seeds is loaded with those. And that's so their brains can actually form properly. Our kids at first were a little but the good thing about being a chef is that I can hide things very well, and I can make things taste good that normally don't taste good. So those are a couple of things that I have going for me as far as the vegan stuff. So I have a picture here of what I used to look like before I decided to change my life and get healthy. I was a heroin addict for 10 years, just totally unhealthy body, mind, and soul, just walking around pretty much, just walking around dead. And September 17th, 6 years ago, something happened, and since that day, I just been on a journey to not only, remain healthy, but also to teach as many people as I can the things that it takes to make those changes in their lives. So thanks for being so attentive.
People have any questions they wanted to ask, or want to come and take a look at them? Oh, we got a question over here. No? Okay. Okay.
What advice would you give to a person who's just starting to cook?
Burn a lot of stuff. If you don't want to pay $60,000 for some piece of paper that says that you can cook, you just burn a lot of stuff. And then you learn from your mistakes. Yes. Think outside of the box. Don't think about, be who you are and let it reflect on what you make.
Good afternoon, and thank you for coming to our third annual Incredible Edible Book Challenge. Did everybody have a good time today? I'm so glad. As you may or may not know, we celebrate our Edible Book Challenge during National Library Week, which started last weekend, and we enjoyed celebrating libraries and how communities matter at your library this whole week. You've given us lots of reasons, as you see the handprints out there, why communities matter at your library, and you are why communities matter at your library. Events like this are why. So thank you so much for coming. We're so glad to have so many participants and so many people to come and admire your work. So I want to thank a few people quick. I know you're all waiting anxiously to hear the winners, but I'd like to thank the Friends of Hedberg Public Library for sponsoring the event. They helped with the treats and the prizes, so we thank them very much. And right back at the back of the room, Marty is selling Friends membership. If you love your library, become a friend. It helps support programs and services just like this one. So, and of course, cookbooks are available, which are a lot of fun. We also would like to thank Loriana Sweet Life Bakery, and Lori is here somewhere back there. Okay. She was one of our judges, and she also brought the cupcakes and donated a couple of the prizes. So thank you to Lori, and if you haven't visited her bakery, do so. It is delicious. And finally, our judges. Jerry Peterson is a local author, He's in the back. He writes the James Earl Mystery Series. Early's Fall and Early's Winter is the newest one, I believe. So thank you, Jerry. We also have Lois Allen, who is an artist, and she represents the Janesville Art League. So we thank them. We tried to get a foodie, an artist, and a book lover to help us choose our winner. So thank you to them. And it could not have been an easy task, because I think this year our entries have surpassed, every year they get better, but this year they were just phenomenal. So thank you to everybody who participated. So without further ado, we will start with the Judges' Choice Awards. So, and the winner of this award will receive a gift certificate to Book World and our beautiful, much coveted Edible Books apron, which I've already gotten dirty at home, so not this one, but I have one. Okay, so drum roll, anybody? The Judges' Choice in the individual category is Game of Scones, done by our very own Debbie Hessian-Joes. Thank you very much. And it was literally every category is separated by like 1 or 2 points, so it was a very difficult choice. Judges' Choice in the group category, drum roll please, is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And you represent the YWCA after school program, is that correct? Wonderful. 3rd through 5th graders, I believe. Oh, wonderful. It was fabulous. Thank you so much. Okay. And Judges' Choice in the family category is, drum roll, the Giant Jam Sandwich. Who got that? Woo-hoo. And let me see. Rebecca and Kobe Porter, is that right? There you go. And it's another gift certificate to Book World. Thank you so much. Okay. Now we'll do People's Choice. And this, as you know, people voted with their ballots as they walked through and picked their favorites in Best Looking and Most Punderful. So we'll start with Best Looking first. And there you go. Thank you. Oh, wait. No, that's Best in Show, isn't it? No, that's, I have that. You, oh, good. Okay. This is a gift certificate to Loriana's Sweet Life Bakery. And the winner for Best Looking is Giant Jam Sandwich. Thank you again, the Porters. So now you can go buy a book as inspiration for next year and use Loriana's as your food. Okay, and then next, Most Punderful is, drum roll, Dairy of a Wimpy Kid, Third Wheel of Cheese. Where are they? The Millard family. Is that how you say your name, Millard? Millard family. Oh, you girls. You sold this event this year. I put their pictures from last year on the poster. I'm pretty sure that's why you're all here. Thank you very much. And then our final award goes to Best in Show. And this is the award for that the judges got together and chose out of all 3 categories, which was their big winner. And that is, drum roll, Dairy of a Wimpy Kid, Third Wheel of Cheese. There we go. Thank you, guys. All right, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much once again for coming. And if you participated, thank you. It was so much fun. All the pictures of all the entries will be on our website soon. So thank you once again.